I'm gonna cut this video here.
Who is that?
Can you guys see who's in the background? Alright, hello friends and welcome back. I am finally here with a very highly requested video from a lot of you guys. I'm very excited to be here today sharing more information about Jinky and yeah, what he's like and so many questions about him. So I'm going to try my best to answer them. Please also make sure to check me out on TikTok. Jinky is definitely featured there. He reached like 1.8 million views on a video and so many people asked me questions which made me, which sparked this whole video as well. So I figured, oh my gosh, look at all these mosquito bites, that's insane. Anyway, side topic. So it kind of sparked this whole process of, did you eat all your pine nuts? Fry out Brussels sprouts, which sparked this whole video idea. So we are here today to answer all your questions about Jinky as much as I can anyway. So the first question that I get often on a lot of my videos is, where did I get Jinky? I don't know if I answered it in previous videos and please also check them out, but I got him off of Gumtree from a lady that no longer wanted or couldn't have him. I should say not longer wanted him. She did want him, she just, her circumstances couldn't allow for her to have him anymore. So he was fairly well priced and he came with like everything, which was incredible. So I spent about $750 on him, I think around that price. So I'm going to be honest about how much he costs, how much he costed, which was really good. And she wasn't more selling him for the money, she just wanted to make sure he went to a good home. So before I had him, I had to like build a relationship and he'd come over here and I would go over there and we would spend time together. So it wasn't something that happened straight away. You want to go on your little stand? It took time. But you can definitely buy them from other places. I know you can get them from breeders. I know people get them from pet stores, which then they're so overly priced. And I think with birds, you also have to kind of like build relationships with a bird. I know it sounds really crazy, but I can't express how intelligent and emotional and how much he needs. So I just gotta film this real quick and I don't want to move my camera. So you gotta be prepared to put in the hard yards for having a bird. Yes, and definitely our first like interactions together were kind of great, and then he bit me because he didn't know me and I didn't know him, and I didn't know his signs, so that was really stressful. It was really painful. So, you know, they're emotional, so you gotta put in the time. I think it might be a little bit easier when they're really, really young birds, but he was already like two when I got him. I don't know if you should be able to. So, yes, which brings me to my next topic. A lot of people ask me, does he bite? How do I get my Eclectus to stop biting me? And also, he's an Eclectus Parrot. I just didn't think I'd introduce him. So a lot of people say, how do I get my Eclectus to stop biting? Does he bite? Listen, I don't really know what advice to give you if your Eclectus bites you. Every bird is completely different. Some birds that I've met are really like, they would never ever bite their owner, and then others bite all the time. People can't put their hands in their cages. So it is different with every type of bird. I think it really does come down to the relationship you have with your bird. The more time you give to your bird, I think the better your relationship is with the bird. And I've also definitely learnt to understand his warning signs, his cues when he doesn't want something. I never push him for anything. If he doesn't want to do it and he's kind of showing me with his body language, I stop. I don't touch him. So for example, in the morning, if I put my hand in the cage and I say step up and he wants to step up, he'll do it, he'll come out. But if I put my hand in the cage and he's not stepping up, that to me is actually a sign I don't want to do it. He knows what it means. He knows that I want to can just come out because I'm putting my hand in there, and if he's not taking that, I don't push it. So in the morning I'll just like leave the cage open, and I'll let him, if he doesn't want to come on me straight away, I'll let him come to me, which he does eventually. He just needs that extra time. And when people interact with Jinky, I just say to them, say step up. If he wants to step up, he'll do it. Step up, step up. So right now he's not wanting to do it. He's curious by the camera. I'll try again. Step up. No. So he doesn't want it. I'm so sorry guys. I had to end up switching my camera because my other one is overheating, which is so frustrating. But that's what happens when you're filming 4K. It just gets hot. So this is Jinky here. I can't remember what I was talking about earlier, but I think we're talking about bites and just kind of understanding what your bird wants. So step up, one toe, I want 2 feet. So he wants to do that, which is great. I definitely feel like if he's not as motivated, step down, good boy. I will give him pine nuts to motivate him to do the right thing and what I want him to do. So sometimes I need to rush off and go to work or leave the house or go outside. I need to get him in the cage quick and he doesn't want to do it. I will motivate him with a pine nut. Pine nuts are really great treats for these birds because they have a unique digestive system. They can't have really fatty foods. It's a low calorie nut. Doesn't have a lot of fat in it, so you can kind of give them that treat quite often. But you know, it's knowing your bird. I could never do that with Jinky when I first met him. He wouldn't willingly always come to me and let me touch him as much. So it's just knowing your bird and what they are like. So yeah, someone asked me, can I wear earrings with Jinky? I can. He isn't, like, he's not one to go for like my jewelry. He doesn't really care about these. I would still be mindful about earrings like this, but I'm only wearing them for the video. Studs, he doesn't care. He doesn't go for them. He doesn't pull them. A lot of people have told me that their birds really like jewelry and it's been an issue. Oh, I wear a lot of jewelry, so that isn't an issue for me as such. Does Jinky roam around and ask for free? People have asked me about that. Yes and no. So if Jinky's out of the cage, I'm just super mindful about what's happening. He's just wanting to eat my plants, and by the way, be careful of your plants because they can't be eating plants. So I'm just really super duper mindful of the things that are happening in my house. So for example, just making sure the doors are closed, dogs aren't running around free, nothing's hot happening, there's no hot drinks around, just really ensuring things are safe for him to be around. When he is roaming around my house, he's pretty good. He has 2 spots that he loves to go to. So he loves the couch and he has a chair that he loves to look out the window from. So those are his 2 favorite spots. He's not like other birds I've met where they kind of want to fly loops around the house and kind of go wherever they please. He's really good. I find he's quite respectful of things. He's still a bird. He still has a beak. He still is going to be testing things with his beak, which is frustrating. So you just got to be mindful that if you've got something valuable, that you are mindful of that of your bird. With any parrot, I think that's the case. So I have definitely had my dining table a little bit ruined because I just didn't get in time to Jinky to get him to stop. And then like my dining chairs, and it's kind of annoying because when I cover things, it's kind of encourages him to then wreck it. So for example, we used to have like plastic over our dining table, and then he would always want to chew that plastic. So that kind of encouraged him, so we took it off, and he's been a lot better with the dining table, but he still will randomly just nibble because he's a parrot, he's got a beak, he's going to want to test things out. So yeah. I've also been asked, can you touch your Eclectus parrot? Now, this is going to cause a debate because lots of people will say you can't touch your bird below the shoulders, you can't touch your Eclectus because of the oils in your skin. Lots of people have lots of different opinions. I always think it depends on the bird you have. So for example, with Jinky, I will touch him around here. I will touch him, you know, on his belly, below his chin, and that doesn't, I find, arouse him, because that's the concern. That's usually the concern, that you are arousing your bird. I don't find that, and with the oils in the skin, I just ensure he has lots of showers. I'm washing my hands, so if I've moisturized or have product on my hands, I will just wash it off before I touch him. So I don't notice any effects on his feathers, because I know a lot of people said that's another reason why you can't touch them. He loves a cuddle. He loves to be, you know, touched on his little head and, you know, on his beak. He loves it. So I feel like you just gotta know your bird. A lot of people are saying, well, you know, you're encouraging him, or you're like building up by touching him. I have gone without touching him, and he'll, you know, actually nudge me for a touch, or he'll just keep doing this without being provoked. So I don't know. I think you just gotta know your, I don't know what you're saying here. What, you just gotta know your bird is what I'm trying to come across with. I just don't do it too much, just a little gentle little touch, because like I said, I think he likes it. I wouldn't be doing it to him if he didn't like it, or he kind of showed me signs where he's distressed or he wants to bite me. I then would not be touching Jinky, if that makes sense. A lot of people say, can Jinky talk? Yes, Jinky can say a lot of things. Whatever Jinky likes to say, he will say. He can say, I love you, and hello, and hi Jinky, good boy, good night, good morning, bye. But the crazy thing is, he knows when to say these things, and I'm not kidding. I have left my house and he has said bye to me every single time. I'll wake him up in the morning, he'll say good morning. So he's a very, very clever boy. And yes, a lot of people have asked me, is a parrot the right pet for them? Listen, you have to make that decision for yourself. I will say, if you get a parrot, just be ready to commit a lot of time to your parrot. Jinky requires so much attention. Like, I'm not kidding. You need to give him attention morning and evening, and if you're not home during the day, leaving things in the cage for them, keeping them stimulated. So, you know, it is a bit of work, so you have to be committed to giving time. I would say, if you don't have time, or you're not going to be really home often, or you're going to be working late nights, you want to go out a lot, probably not the pet for you. I definitely am very conscious if I leave him for too long. I rush home. I definitely don't want to like go out for too long. Even on weekends, I try and be home more often to be with him, because he, what are you saying? Because I just know he wants my company. He doesn't even need to be out of the cage. He just needs to have that human interaction and know that something is happening. Yes, also you need to have your bird out of the cage. You can't keep your bird always in a cage. That's not what makes your bird happy. So you definitely need to give your bird time out of the cage, and because you're doing that, you need to be so mindful that you can't be probably leaving them completely on their own alone. So you need to be present, and yeah, I also think birds need to be trained, and you need to, you know, train them and do tricks with them and upskill them. They love that. I think they love learning as well. I think that's the little teacher in me coming out, but I think they need that. I think they really do. I've also been asked about claws and nails. Jinky has these little green stampings that you can, like little sticks, which he just walks on, and he likes to sharpen his beak on, but he'll just go on that, and that kind of gets his nails nice and trimmed. Diet. A lot of people stress about the diet of an Eclectus parrot, and that's one of the reasons why people don't want these parrots. I was a little bit stressed and put off when I was like hearing people talk about an Eclectus diet, but it's actually not that hard. So you just need to have fresh fruit and veg in your fridge, you know, they're not that hard, and just I've started giving him a little bit of pellets that are for him. So Eclectus pellets, and just having a variety of nuts, but not too much. And I feed him morning and night, and I give him little treats. So, you know, he's been fine. He's alive. I've kept him alive. He's healthy. He's not overweight. And yeah, people always ask me, can he fly? Yes, Jinky can fly. He's a pretty good flyer, but he does get puffed out. So he can't fly for very long or very far. And when he does, he actually is puffing afterwards, which is really, really cute. Oh, he went to shh. No, sweetheart, I can't shh. I need to tell people. So yeah, like he does fly. So he does fly, and you do need to encourage them. That's a horrible sound, by the way. Be prepared for noises from these birds. They're pretty loud. Come on. Sorry, I had to change my, what's it called? What do you call it, Jinky? Had to get another SD card, running out of storage. What else was I saying? I totally forgot. Oh yeah, you just need to make sure they fly. Yes, he talks. Yes, he flies. Diet. Where I got him from. Showering. Yes, you need to shower your Eckie. I shower him quite often, as much as I can. In summertime, it's almost every day. In wintertime, it's less frequent, but at least once a week. And I do give him a little bit of the what do you call it? Hairdryer. I'm so brain dead. People have not liked that when I put that on my TikTok. Listen, it is really cold in Australia, and I know people think that's I'm exaggerating. I'm not. It gets quite cold. I don't always have the heating on because it's not cheap. So if I don't have it on and I know it's gonna be cold, I do dry him just really quickly. It's quick. I just make sure it's not too hot. Just making sure it is not for a very long time, far away, on the lowest setting possible. And yeah, and plus he actually loves it. He gets really excited when he sees it, and he dances, he's happy. And I've looked into the whole toxins thing, and I haven't found anything that mine has those toxins. I'm very hyper aware about that. So also just know, if you have a parrot, you can't have an air fryer. You have to say goodbye to your candles. Perfumes, just being mindful of that even when you wear them on yourself. So just being so hyper aware about these things is so very important about your little friend, because they have very, very sensitive smell, and you know, you just gotta want to make sure the life of your parrot is super good. So that's why I blow dry him, because I don't want him to get sick. And you know what, the lady that had him before did it, so it's nothing new to him. I'm doing something that he's known to, and I've had many discussions, I've researched about it, and I think it's okay just not doing it frequently. And it's just to make sure he's nice and warm, because he is a tropical bird. He's not used to the cold. So you just got to be mindful of all these things. So yeah, I guess that's for you to decide. Like a parent with a child, there's things that you might do and might not do, and that's your decision at the end of the day. But you have the intent to do what is best for your lovely bird. Does he poop a lot? A lot of people have asked me that. No, he actually doesn't. He is somehow magically toilet trained. I did not do that for him. I do not take credit for that. He somehow magically came to me toilet trained, where he'll go to the toilet and just do his poop there and come out and fly again. For example, if we're on the couch, he's out for longer than 20 minutes, which is usually his time frame. He'll go back to the cage, poop, and fly back. When he's like this, sometimes like up in my room where there's not a cage in his proximity and he's not in his like own little space, he will just randomly sometimes poop. And then when he's in the bathroom with me, he'll just poop in the sink, which is really great. So yes, he's toilet trained. Yes, accidents happen, but when he's in his own surrounding, he's really good and will go to his toilet. I just heard from the lady that she'll just used to hold him and be like, boop, and he'll do it, and she would reward him. So she kind of taught him through that. I've also been asked about noise. Yes, Jinky makes lots of different noises. I actually don't know his like actual sound. I think the sound he just made is his actual sound. He does every single sound under the roof. He can, like every bird that he's encountered or has passed our house and made a noise, he replicates those sounds. So I feel like I actually don't really know his sound, but I think it's that one. And yes, he can scream. Because I live in Australia, we have cockatoos that fly by a lot, and he makes all those noises, and he'll randomly make those noises, and it is insane. How do I hold my parrot? Also, I have learned to chicken grab him, where I literally will scoop him from behind if I just want to get him into the cage. He can still bite doing that. Just know that it's not a way to prevent your bird from biting. Yes, he can sit up. Yes, I can hold him upside down in all sorts of ways, but it's purely on his terms. I can tell Jinky right now is getting a little bit tired, and I think he's over being in this room. So I'm gonna cut this video here.
Bye.
You're saying goodbye. You know you're going. You're so cute. I could talk about you all day. He dances, he sings, he tells me he loves me. I mean, what more can you want? Yes, Jinky's sociable. Yes, he goes to my work, which I'm a teacher, so I take him with me. He does so many cool things. He's honestly like the most incredible creature that has ever walked this planet, in my opinion. I love him. I think he's my perfect pet. I was going to say my favorite pet. He's not. Can't say that. But like I said, you're going to make that decision. Please let me know if you want any more questions answered. He dances, he sings, he's lovely, he's beautiful. They're not that hard to take care of. You just gotta be ready to put in the hard yards. And he's entertaining. So if you feel this is the right decision for you, get yourself a necky. And I've spoken in previous videos why I have gotten a male and not a female, so please watch those if you want more information. But that is it from us, guys. I don't know if this was much of a great video. I think I just kind of floated around. But I think I've answered some of the questions that people have been asking. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. You want to say goodbye? Do you want to say bye? Can you say bye-bye? No, he talks only on his terms. Bye. Bye. And yes, you know how to kiss. You know how to kiss? Yes, kiss, kiss, kiss. Can you say bye-bye? No. Bye.